Howdy, folks! Chip Gaines here, ready to dive into another exciting project. Ever look at a blank wall, maybe in your living room, your office, or even that awkward space in the hallway and think, this space needs something special? Something that reflects your personality and adds a touch of warmth? Well, building your own shelves is the perfect way to add character, a unique focal point, and function to your home. It's about creating storage that's not just practical, but also beautiful. It's easier than you think. No need for fancy skills or a garage full of expensive tools. We're talking about a simple, satisfying project. You get to choose the wood, selecting the perfect grain and tone to match your style, the finish, whether you prefer a rustic stain or a sleek, modern varnish. And the style, floating shelves, corner shelves, maybe even a cool ladder shelf. The possibilities are endless, making it truly yours. It's about crafting something that's uniquely you, a reflection of your taste and creativity. Forget flimsy store-bought shelves. Those mass-produced cookie-cutter solutions just don't cut it. We're making something solid, something that will last for years to come, and full of heart. It's about adding a personal touch to your home, a story behind every piece. It's a great project to build confidence, to prove to yourself that you can create something amazing with your own two hands and memories, creating shared experiences that you'll cherish for years, especially if you get the family involved. Turn it into a fun weekend project, a chance to bond and create something together. Plus, you'll learn basic skills, practical skills that will empower you to tackle other DIY projects around the house you can use for future DIY adventures. It's an investment in your skills and your home, ready to transform your space, to turn that blank wall into a stunning display of your personality and boost your DIY confidence. Are you ready to unleash your inner craftsman and create something truly special? Let's get started. Let's build some shelves.
Before we dive into the exciting process of building your very own custom shelf, let's take a moment to ensure we have everything we need right at our fingertips. A little preparation goes a long way, so let's round up all the essential tools and materials you'll need to bring this project to life. Having everything organized beforehand will make the building process smoother and more enjoyable. First, you'll need a good quality pine board. A 1x8 or a 1x10 is an excellent choice, especially for beginners. These sizes are manageable and provide a good surface area for a small to medium-sized shelf. Make sure to inspect the board for any major imperfections like large knots or warping. Next, you'll want to pick up some sturdy metal L brackets. These brackets will provide the necessary support to hold your shelf securely against the wall. Choose brackets that are appropriately sized for the depth of your shelf and can handle the weight you anticipate placing on it. Now let's talk about the essential tools you'll need. You'll definitely need a reliable tape measure for accurate measurements and a pencil for marking your cut lines and drilling points. Accuracy is key to a professional-looking finished product. For cutting the wood, you can use either a handsaw or a power saw, depending on your preference and experience level. A handsaw is perfectly adequate for this project, but a power saw will certainly speed things up. To smooth out any rough edges, grab some sandpaper. And of course, you'll need a power drill for creating pilot holes and driving in screws. Make sure you have a selection of drill bits in various sizes to accommodate different screw sizes and create clean pilot holes. You'll need short wood screws for attaching the shelf to the L brackets, and you'll also need longer screws for securing the brackets to the wall. If you're mounting your shelf on drywall, be sure to use appropriate wall anchors to ensure a secure hold. Now, for the fun part, finishing. Choose your favorite paint or stain to give your shelf a personalized look. Depending on the finish you choose, you might also need a primer or top coat to protect the wood and enhance its appearance. And don't forget a brush or rag for applying the finish. Finally, don't forget to have some old rags on hand for wiping up any spills and keeping your workspace clean. And there you have it. That's your simple no-fuss shopping list for building your very own DIY shelf. Once you've gathered all your supplies, you'll be ready to start building and transform that empty wall space into a stylish and functional shelf. See? It's easier than you think, and the satisfaction of building something yourself is truly rewarding. Quick safety huddle. Always wear safety glasses when cutting or drilling. Protect those eyes. Use gloves when handling wood, but never with power saws. Keep your workspace clear, stable, and well lit. Read tool manuals if you're new to them. Keep hands away from blades and secure your wood before cutting or drilling. Unplug tools when you're done. Simple habits keep you safe and building for years to come. Safety first, fun second. Ready? Let's make some sawdust. Let's get building. Here we go. Alright, let's dive into the exciting world of DIY and get ready to build. We're about to transform some simple boards into beautiful, functional shelves. Get your tools ready, because it's time to unleash your inner craftsman. First things first, grab your measuring tape and a pencil. We need to accurately measure and mark the desired length of your shelf on the pine board. Precision is key here, so take your time and double-check those measurements. Now, to ensure a perfectly straight cut, use a carpenter's square to guide your pencil. This will give you a clean, professional-looking edge. A square ensures that every line is exactly where it needs to be. Remember the old carpenter's adage, measure twice, cut once. It's always better to be safe than sorry, so take a moment to double-check your measurements before committing to the cut. This simple step can save you time and materials in the long run. Time to make the cut. You can use a traditional handsaw for a more controlled manual approach, or speed things up with a power saw. Either way, carefully cut along your marked line. To ensure a clean and safe cut, it's crucial to keep the board secure. Use clamps to firmly attach it to your workbench, preventing any unwanted movement during the cutting process. A stable board is a safe board. Once the board is cut, it's time to smooth out any rough edges. Sand the edges and surface of the wood to remove splinters and imperfections. This sanding process is essential for achieving a smooth, finished look. The smoother the surface, the better your final product will look and feel. Before applying any finish, it's important to wipe away any dust or sawdust. A clean surface ensures that the finish adheres properly and looks its best. Now let's move on to mounting the brackets on the wall. These brackets will provide the support for your shelf, so it's important to install them correctly. To ensure your shelf is perfectly level, use a spirit level when installing the brackets. This will prevent any unsightly tilting and ensure that your items sit securely on the shelf. Before attaching the brackets, mark the desired locations on the wall and drill pilot holes. These pilot holes will make it easier to insert the screws and prevent the wood from splitting. If you're mounting the shelf on drywall, be sure to install wall anchors for added support. These anchors will distribute the weight of the shelf and prevent it from pulling away from the wall. With the pilot holes and anchors in place, attach the brackets securely to the wall using screws. Make sure the brackets are firmly in place before moving on to the next step. Now for the moment we've been waiting for, carefully set your shelf on top of the mounted brackets. Make sure it's centered and evenly supported. To secure the shelf in place, screw it to the brackets from underneath. This will prevent the shelf from shifting or falling off. And there you have it. Step back, take a look, and admire your handiwork. You've successfully built and installed a custom shelf. With a little effort and some basic tools, you just built a custom shelf that perfectly fits your space and style. Congratulations, you did a great job. Now let's make it yours. Paint for a modern look or stain to highlight the wood's natural beauty. Always start with primer for paint or apply stain with a rag and wipe off excess. Protect your finish with a clear top coat. Get creative, try distressing patterns or add trim for extra flair. Style your new shelf with favorite books, photos, or plants. You turned a simple board into a functional piece of art. DIY is all about learning, creating, and having fun. Enjoy your new shelf and start dreaming up your next project. What will you build next?